The Backstage Experience starts now.
Hi, I'm Dave Morales, and welcome to the Backstage Experience. Today, a very special episode saluting the brand new release of the Beetlejuice Beetlejuice movie. Notice I only said it 2 times. I have no idea where John Stenval is. He was supposed to be here for this special episode of Beetlejuice.
It's showtime!
I said it 3 times. Dude!
The ghost with the most.
He's here, folks. All right, guess who else is going to be here today?
Who's that?
Are you going to really keep that voice going?
Let's do it.
All right. Michael Keaton's going to join us. Catherine O'Hara. Jenna Ortega is going to stop by.
Winona Ryder.
Dude, Winona Ryder is going to be here with us. This is a very special episode of
Beetlejuice Beetlejuice.
The Backstage Experience.
This week on the Backstage Experience, it's all about Beetlejuice Beetlejuice as Michael Keaton and the entire cast gives us an exclusive backstage look at the movie 36 years in the making. Plus, David Johnson has all things gaming covered with the releases of NBA 2K25 and Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. That's all this week, only on the Backstage Experience.
So, the living and the dead, can they coexist? That's a line from Beetlejuice.
The thing of nightmares.
All right, Catherine O'Hara is back as Delia Dietz. She's in the brand new movie Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. Also, Jenna Ortega, you know her as Wednesday. She stars as Astrid, dude, even the eyes. Winona Ryder's character's daughter in the brand new movie. They're going to kick things off. Let's talk to them about the movie
Beetlejuice Beetlejuice.
My mom grew up here, that old house on the hill.
Wait, the ghost house? Is your mom Lydia Dietz?
Unfortunately.
She's a legend.
It's great to see you both again.
Thanks.
Hey, so let me ask, the first time the entire cast got together for this one, tell me what that was like when you saw everybody as a cast together.
Well, for me, I felt like a fly on the wall. I felt really lucky to be able to observe such a wonderful moment. On the first film, obviously, seeing everybody come back, it was very meaningful and emotional for all of them. I got to witness so many incredible moments between Nona and Tim and Catherine, and so I think seeing them all in the room for the first time and just kind of joking with each other about like, hey, isn't it crazy we're back? I just remember feeling so lucky to have been able to witness that special, moment and kind of nostalgia.
There was so much talk about it throughout the years. Every once in a while, you'd hear from Tim, or, and then as we got closer and closer, we'd text Michael. Winona and I would text, like, is it really happening? What do you do? Well, okay, have you looked at? Have you read that latest draft? What do we do? And then, all of a sudden, okay, we're going to London. Did it feel that way to you?
Yes, it
was
did.
Suddenly, like, I guess everyone's schedules suddenly aligned. And then it was like, we're going. It was like, really? Are we ready? And then you just get together, and it's like, do you believe we're here? Isn't this lovely? First of all, we're live, and we get to do this. Tim was just, from the first moment on, knew what he wanted, but so open at the same time. It was such a lovely, creative atmosphere every day.
Okay, I only get to ask this question this time of year, okay? It's a fun one. It's a fun one. Yes, but I always want to know what's your favorite Halloween candy? You get to think for a second. Jenna, you're on.
Oh my God, I feel like I'm on a hot seat here.
Winona
I don't know,
said
I like
Rolos. Remember Rolos?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she does
good.
love Rolos.
Sweet tarts.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's mine.
No way.
No freaking way. Dude, John's here. John, that's my candy. That is so my candy. Nobody ever says sweet tarts. Really? I want to scream. I'm going to expect sweet tarts. Okay. What else?
I also want to say like Sour Patch Kids. Like I like
That's
a
good,
nice
too.
sour.
That's good.
I have a box of those in my backpack right now.
Of course you do.
At
Where are your
CinemaCon.
sweet tarts though?
Dude, exactly. Oh my gosh.
You
Well,
ever had nerd ropes?
oh.
No, I've never.
I
I don't think I've actually ever had one.
We're
Have you
candy related.
Have you heard the nerd clusters?
No.
Oh, they're
Nerd
new. I
ropes
got
are
at
just
CinemaCon
like-
when we saw your presentation.
Get out. Why didn't they give us the candy?
You have to go find them, and next year, trust me, I'm gonna know where to go, but the
back
clusters
to
are
that.
great. Oh my God, I taught candy with y'all. Okay, congrats, thanks for this. Seriously.
Thank you.
Just love it so much.
That's
It's a
so
different
nice.
conversation.
The juice is loose.
NBA 2K25 seeks to be a return to the foundational style that made the 2K franchise so well loved. 2K25 will feature a new updated version of Pro Play, scanning real player movement from NBA games during the season and implementing the physical movement into the game. Pro Play will include over 9,000 new animations and signature movement and shooting styles, inching NBA 2K one step closer to showcasing a product that's one-to-one with its real-life counterpart. My Court also returns to the game after being absent for the past few years. Yet another space for the players to create, build, and test the right archetypes to become the greatest player of all time. But the sports world is not just reserved for NBA 2K and Madden. Harry Potter is stepping forward into the sports foray with the new game Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. The new title, developed by Unbroken Studios, is heavily focused on, you guessed it, Quidditch, the game seen in the Harry Potter film series as well as the book series. Quidditch Champion features a single-player career mode where you select your house, either Slytherin, Hufflepuff, Gryffindor, or Ravenclaw, and fight your way all the way up the ranking ladder until you reach the Quidditch World Cup. The game features an online multiplayer mode, a unique character creator, and the ability to play as popular Potterverse characters like Harry, Ron Weasley, and Hermione. Harry Potter Quidditch Champions is available on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC.
So the sequel, Beetlejuice Beetlejuice, by the way, the original came out in 1988. We've waited a long time for the sequel. You're going to really stick with that. I can't believe John is doing that with the voice.
Who the heck is John?
Okay, who's John? Beetlejuice.
Oh, yeah.
Is here. This is more than just a movie than going to a movie. I mean, so much life has sprung out of this motion picture.
Let's turn on the juice and see what shakes loose.
It's become pop culture. That's a Ouija game. Beetlejuice Edition, our friends over at the Op Games made this. They make Monopoly, they make Clue, they make Ouija. You can actually summon the spirits by saying it 3 times and playing Ouija. Dude, that is so...
You got to make your payments or else it'll get repossessed.
Okay. And our friends at Funko, everyone loves collecting these, are also in on the action. I mean, you got characters like Dolores, who's joining us actually on this episode. Astrid, definitely join us. And Lydia Dietz, the Funko Collect 'em All. Beetlejuice, what do you...
Oh, it's just me and Lydia. They got my good side.
All right. Funko...
Oh, and Bob. Can't forget Bob.
Can't forget Bob. And the Funko's available everywhere. These are fun. I love collecting these.
Some of my favorite stuff is from BioWorld.
You might remember a couple of weeks ago, Backstage Experience, we actually took you backstage at BioWorld.
You did?
They make, that's right, I did because you weren't there, where they make all of these products, and of course, they've...
Sandals, hats.
The handbook for the recently deceased, the book right there, it's a little handbag. They've got the Beetlejuice socks, everything that you need available at fine retailers everywhere like Hot Topic, Target. Where do you like to shop, Beetlejuice?
The underworld.
No, well, Amazon is another...
I mean Walmart.
Okay, all right, I can see that.
Fans have been waiting over 35 years for Michael Keaton to return to the role as the sinister ghost Beetlejuice. So we had to ask, what took so long? Only on the Backstage Experience.
Welcome back to the Backstage Experience. This is my favorite right here.
Because it's Michael Keaton.
Yeah, it's me. You know what I'm saying.
Who returns as the character of Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
All right, don't say it again. He'll show up. Actually, he's about to join us right now. Michael Keaton. I had to ask him the important question, like, what if Beetlejuice was his next door neighbor? What would that be like?
When I was a teenager, a trickster demon terrorized our entire family and tried to force me to marry him. I believed he was gone forever until you found this in the attic.
Ew. Who's Beetlejuice?
Don't ever say that name.
Beetlejuice.
No, Astrid, I am serious. If you say his name 3 times, he will appear.
Beetlejuice.
The juice is loose. I'm gonna make you so happy.
Good to see you again.
Hi, how you doing?
Thanks for coming back.
Sure.
I mean, did you ever think you'd put that suit back on?
I used to think about it from time to time. Then, we would have the discussion, Tim and I, Tim and myself, Tim and me, Tim and I.
There it is.
Yeah.
I was just agreeing with everything.
Yeah.
How long are you in the makeup chair when to put everything on?
By the time you get done, not that long. I don't know. I don't think I ever timed it. The only reason I time it is to say, what time do I have to be there?
Right.
Yeah.
Is it easier now though, like than from the original days, or is it quicker, or is that?
Probably. Yeah. Once you get it down, it's kind of. Yeah. We were experimenting in the first one, so now we kind of knew, obviously, what the look was.
Your cast, you're talking about experimenting. Winona, the rest of your cast has been talking about that. Like, we had no idea, that this thing was just kind of like it felt indie, like back in the day. Mm-hmm. Really? So when did you realize the connection with the fans? I mean, it's a classic.
It grew. It grew over the years. It wasn't right out of the box, I gave everybody T-shirts today, reminding them there was a guy in L.A. who reviewed movies on one of the local stations, and his scale was on a scale of 1 to 10. He'd rate a movie. He gave Beetlejuice a -1, so I made T-shirts up today with his quote and gave them out to everybody. Gary Franklin, -1.
What would it be like and this is just make-believe, pretend, okay? We're just, I know you're Beetlejuice, the character, but what if Beetlejuice was your next door neighbor? What would that be like? Thanks for that.
I think I'd probably kind of weirdly dig it. I'd kind of look over through the window and go, look what he's doing now. You kind of want to meet him. You kind of want to go over and say, hi, I'm your neighbor. And the other hand, you go, nah, this is too good. I just want to see what else he does.
I like that. All right, final question for you, sir.
Yeah.
Doing the voice, does your throat get sore?
Yeah.
Okay, it does.
Yeah.
I mean, when did you know that you had it just right?
So there were several lozenges, but after a while it got easier. Oddly, I don't know if it's if you get older, whether your voice just can't take it as much. I don't really know. But yeah, that was a thing. That was for sure a thing. My kid's a songwriter, and he occasionally will perform too. Go do a show of his tunes and stuff like that. I always think about singers. Like people joke like my instrument, but it's for musicians. It's literally an instrument, and if you've ever been around, I'm sure you have, whole regimen, total protection.
No, from here.
Yeah.
I've been in the room when you're right. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
First of all, I want you two kids to know this is a safe space, okay? Feel free to express yourself. Don't be afraid. I sense there's an enabler here, but we'll get to that.
You're a figment of my imagination.
Really? Is this a figment of your imagination?
Oh. Dave, what'd you think about movie?
It's fun. It's interesting because I watched the original 4 days before our interviews.
What took you so long?
Exactly. But I was noticing, like in the original, the technology really wasn't there for the effects.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that it's there for the sequel right now. Beetlejuice. And of course, some of our favorite characters are back. It's a lot of fun. It is definitely one of the biggest movies that is out in theaters right now.
Winona Ryder was only 15 years old when she starred as Lydia Dietz in Beetlejuice. Now she's playing the mom to Jenna Ortega's character, Astrid Dietz. Coming up after the break, Winona reflects on what it was like filming the first movie and her surprise reaction to the pop culture fandom that followed.
And then it came out and it was a huge thing, and I was sort of taken aback.
Only on the Backstage Experience.
Welcome back to the Backstage Experience. I'm Dave, and
I'm Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. All right, back in the franchise from the original 1988 Beetlejuice movie is Winona Ryder. She is back as Lydia Dietz, and our friends at Funko even made a Lydia Dietz Funko. Look at that.
They did a really good job on that one.
They did. I love this, man. We had a chance to interview Winona Ryder for the very first time She's so nice. She's going to talk about her character and coming back to the Beetlejuice movie franchise.
The living, the dead, can they coexist? That's what we're here to find out.
It's great to meet you.
Great to meet you.
You excited to be back? Did you ever think that this would be from the original, and here we are again?
Yeah, no, I'd never imagined. I mean, talk about a dream come true. There was like a decade in which there were, conversations about, but it had to be perfect.
Right.
And there's no compromising. Like, it had to be everyone who it was. So,
The magic
yeah,
of it all. First time you saw Michael Keaton back in costume when you were filming this one.
I got emotional. I mean, I welled up. Just out of, because that was such a special time. And I remember I was 15 when I did the first one, but it was such an incredible experience. And Michael was so kind and like wonderful with me, gentle and sort of like, the opposite of Beetlejuice. But, he started on Mr. Rogers. He's just a great person. And it almost like spoiled me, like I thought, oh my God, this is what actors are, and then you realize like how absolutely unique he is. And so when I saw him, yeah, it was emotional for me.
When did you realize the pop culture, the fact that Halloween is its costumes will be back this year?
Yeah.
I mean, people dress up, it's connection with the fans.
Wild. And just the fact, I don't think any of us were expecting for it. Like, it felt very under the radar. Like, I don't think I ever met a studio person. There was nobody like standing there and watch, like it felt like we were just, had all this freedom and being sort of left alone, which is a great feeling, I think, for a director at a studio. And then it came out and it was a huge thing. And I was sort of taken aback, but, I loved it. I loved my character. I loved the experience. I loved him. And, it was the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
I love that. Okay, we're going to close with this. I only get to ask this question this time of year. Do you have a favorite, never asked you this before, do you have a favorite Halloween candy? And if so, what is it?
Gosh, it's been a while since, probably Rolos.
I love those.
Yeah.
Nobody ever says Rolos. That's so cool.
Yeah, like a random Rolo in the bag would be exciting.
Oh, yeah. I can taste it. Like I want one right now.
Yeah. Almond Roca, too. Sometimes I'd get an almond Roca.
Where is Beetlejuice?
Where's Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice.
There's more than meets the eye with Beetlejuice as we get to meet the iconic character's evil ex-wife, Dolores. Before we go, Monica Bellucci reveals her transformation from a fashion model and Bond girl into a demonic witch, seeking revenge in Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. That's coming up next. Only on the Backstage Experience.
Welcome back to the Backstage Experience. And before we go, we really have some more nightmare material for you.
Yeah, you're talking about the bride of Beetlejuice.
She's beautiful.
Monica Bellucci joins the franchise. She's in the sequel, Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. And what was it like to be a part of this sequel? Monica Bellucci's going to tell you right now. Dude, is your voice hurting?
No.
Tell me what it's like to have the first conversations, like people saying, we want you to be part of Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. I'm not going to say it again because he'll show up.
Oh yeah, be careful. It's dangerous.
The excitement that you had when you found out you were part.
I was very happy, and Tim told me there is a key role in this movie for which I thought about you, so I was very happy to accept it and to play it. Dolores. She's a soul-sucking demon in the afterlife, and while Beetlejuice haunts everybody, she haunts him. And she's the bride of Beetlejuice, and they had a short and intense love story that ended very badly in death, actually. And when she accidentally wakes up, full of rage and desperation and obsessed with vengeance, she sets out to find Beetlejuice.
On the next episode of the Backstage Experience, Dave Bautista fights to survive in the Killer's Game. WWE superstar Drew McIntyre makes his feature film debut, and James McAvoy turns a dream holiday into a living nightmare in Speak No Evil. Plus, we're talking all things Warhammer 40,000, Marvel vs. Capcom, and more. That's next week, only on The Backstage Experience.